Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to play Modern Magic Online, and it's going to be a special stream today because I'm going to feature the deck that I won my local RCQ with, which is Esper Oculus. No surprises here. No surprises, considering my deck choice, of course. But yeah, it doesn't happen often anyways, right? To win a tournament. So first of all, I'm going to talk through the deck. I'm going to talk through the cards, some specific choices and whatnot. Then I'm going to talk about the RCQ experience, and of course, we'll proceed with playing the Modern League today. Joe Division, hello, thank you so much for your read. How are you? So, honestly, basically it is good old Dimir Oculus with a splash. Main deck here for pest control, but I have a lot of sweet options here in the sideboard that I'm going to talk about later. So if you don't know the deck, the core is a Psychic Frog and Oculus Reanimation with an Earth. So this is what this whole deck revolves around. Initially it was a tempo deck, but now I would say that it leans more towards mid-range style, because sometimes you could have a very aggro plays, like turn 2, turn 3 Oculus is insane. Sometimes you're playing more on the control side. Depends on a matchup, of course, because here you have a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of interaction. So let's talk about interaction, I guess. So we have removal for 4 copies of Fatal Push. Classic, standard, of course, great removal. I have 1 additional removal spell, Children's Edict. I used to play Shoot the Sheriff, but I thought that Children's Edict would be better against the zoo, and also, you know, you have this flexibility to kill Planeswalker if needed. So I thought that this would be maybe a better choice for a single-ton removal spell. Now, Pest Control, of course, great against those Mox Opal decks. Now, I didn't know the meta. I didn't know the local meta at all, because I don't really play paper Magic, unfortunately, that often. But hey, great shout out to the local Magic community, to South German Magic community. The organization has always been great in the tournaments that I've played, and the people have always been very nice. So shout out to you all, to all my opponents and whatnot. So yeah, hence like Pest Control main deck. I didn't know what to expect really. Now, counter spells make a huge part of this interaction. Here I have 4 copies of Counter Spell, 1 copy of Force of Negation. Ideally, I would put 2, but it's just I didn't have a second one, so just, you know, the matter of availability of the cards, I guess. But ideally, like 2 Force of Negation would be better. Now 2 copies of Spell Snare. And yeah, if I were to add a second copy of Force of Negation, I would cut Counter Spell probably. 2 Spell Snares. Now, in the aftermath of that tournament, I would probably play 3 copies of Spell Snare, but we'll talk about it later. And what else? Subtlety, also you can count as interaction, of course. And yeah, like the rest is the same. So 4 copies of Unearth, needed for our reanimation plan, like Frog, Oculus. We have a lot of self-mill action. We have a lot of cantrips, all the fetch lands. Honestly, like 1-time graveyard hate, like 1-time effect of exiling your graveyard doesn't bother at all, I would say, because you do fill your graveyard, you do refill your graveyard so fast afterwards. And so yeah, 4 copies of Thought Core, 3 copies of Consider. Sometimes Unearth, you know, you can also count it as a cantrip, same goes with Pest Control. Now, moving on to some interesting, so to speak, singleton options as Harbinger of the Seas and Graveyard Trespasser. Again, I didn't know what to expect, so as I said it on Twitter, I built this Swiss knife version of Esper Oculus, and it may seem odd because, you know, like, you do have a lot of singletons, and you may think that it adds to inconsistency, but it kind of makes sense because the core of the deck remains the same, and if you do need these creatures, you do have a lot of cantrips, you do have graveyard interaction, you can, you know, reanimate them if you need it, or, you know, just draw them naturally. So in my mind, it totally makes sense. So Graveyard Trespasser is great mostly against Boros, I would say Boros Energy, and decks that play Flage, because Flage is very problematic, not gonna lie. So basically against any creature-based decks, it's good, of course. Harbinger, you know, it's your Blood Moon effect. Also great to have sometimes against Mazu. It's good against Amulet Titan. So yeah, and like as a cherry on top, I have Murkside Regent as well. So to just, you know, more gas, adding more gas to the deck. And here I play 18 lands plus 2 sink into Super, which, you know, you can also count as a land, so 20, let's say, total. And let's move on to the sideboard. So hardcore, 4 copies of Consigned Memory. Such a great sideboard card, as everybody says. But to be fair, I'm thinking to play it main deck because it's so good. It's good against pretty much everything, honestly. And again, we'll talk about it later when I will tell you about the matchups that I've played. Harbinger of the Sea, so more those Flood Moon effects, of course, pest control, turn Scalding, more counterspell, more interaction against those faster decks, because counterspell may be clunky, maybe too slow against very fast decks, so that's where you need turn Scalding, something like that. And here goes additional removal interactions such as Prismatic Ending and Path to Exile. Been loving it. Toxic Deluge, your sweeper. Now High Noon. High Noon, of course, is great against Is It Prowess, Surgical Extraction, and Soul Guide Lantern. Great hate. I would have played 2 copies of Surgical Extraction, but again, like Elder, my husband, he was also playing, and it was just, you know, the matter of card accessibility, availability. So we just split those. It was alright anyways. So yeah, also, like, one quick note, for the longest time I was so skeptical about Splash and White, and I've always been playing just straight up blue-black version, but I really enjoyed having that access to white, in particular to all these sideboard options. So pest control, again, it depends on your meta. Maybe you don't need main deck really, but yeah, like this has been amazing, honestly. And also, it was the very first time that I've played this exact deck list at all. So I literally just put it all together the night before the tournament, and I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna do a sideboard map, and, you know, whatever. Let's see what happens. And yeah, I won the whole thing. So now moving on to the RCQ, to the tournament portion of this storytelling, so to speak. So there were 33 players altogether, so 6 rounds, Swiss plus top 8. Spoiler alert, I had to play all of them, all of the 9 rounds. So no free passes, no IDs for me, unfortunately, and yeah, it was tough games. And I think I was the only woman there, so I have to talk about it, you know. Which is unfortunate, because, like, I started playing Magic, what now, 17 years ago, and I'm still the only woman in the room when it comes to some sort of competitive tournament, which is unfortunate, which tells that there is still this gender, not even inequality, gender, just disbalance, I would say, to the game. And I hope that more women who enjoy playing board games, who enjoy playing Magic, they would start playing Magic competitively. And I'd love to be this example. I don't know, I just like, I don't know, I have this fire, this passion in me to make competitive Magic as gender equal as possible and accessible too. So yeah, enough with that. Let's move on. So first game, round 1, I played against the main Zoo. Ended up winning 2-1. Like first game, honestly, Harbinger. Like I think I had a very nice start with Frog, and like Harbinger just carried the game completely and totally. Game 2, like I didn't have an answer to the Scion, and also they had this ley line in the starting hand, so they found their basic mountain right on time. So yeah, like I just couldn't do anything about the Scion. And game 3 I think was quite fair. So now I'm just looking at my notes, and like the final life point score was me at 5 and my opponent at 7. So it was, yeah, it was a tough game, but I won. Game 2, I played against Amulet Titan. I won 2-0. So game 1, I remember I had very early Oculus. I had backup counter spell, so it was like pretty much secure. Game 2, I made my favorite pro move. So I was on a draw, of course, and I had Oculus and Unearth in hand, and I just decided to skip the turn, discard Oculus, because I had a card in hand, of course, and then on my turn 2, I just reanimated it. And this plan is very risky, but you know, I figured out it probably would be my best chance against this deck, considering the hand that I had. And also, I wouldn't expect from Amulet Titan any sort of early Grave Hate or removal spell, you know? Well, I didn't know, of course, their sideboard. They may have had Surgical Extraction, and it would have been totally devastating, but hey, at least, like, I won game 1, and then we could proceed to game 3. Also, like, I had something to back it up. I had Subtlety in hand. So I thought that, you know, this risk, I could take it, and it was totally worth it. So turn to Oculus, again, carry the game, was insane. Casco MTG, hello, thank you so much for your follow. So yeah, that was pretty easy, not gonna lie. And also, like, in general, I feel like Titan is a slightly favored matchup for us. Now, moving on to round 3, I played against Grixis, as I called it, Grixis Wizards. But now that I'm thinking of it, it is probably more like Grixis control deck. It was very confusing, not gonna lie. It's not like a stock list. It was a totally custom deck. But why I called it Grixis Wizards is because they play Snapcaster Mage. So a lot of spells, a lot of removal, counters, like whatnot. Tamiyo too. And of course, bringing these spells or replaying them from the graveyard thanks to Snapcaster Mage. Now I have to talk about like coming back to the deck itself. So this deck, if you want to be successful with Dimir Oculus, you have to know the format and probably the metagame very well. Maybe not necessarily metagame, but the format and the top decks, at least, what to expect. You have to have a lot of experience with it. because, again, as I've said, you may play more aggressively or more on control side of things, depending on what you're playing against. So you have to like play very strategically with this game. And I think my mistake was against Grixis that I couldn't figure out what I'm playing against for the longest time. So I thought that I was playing the mirror, but like Grixis, Oculus, well, I was not expecting Oculus, not gonna lie. I was expecting Murktide because just based on the spells that I've seen. What threw me off was Orcish Bowmasters. I played, I don't know how many copies, but it kind of threw me off like completely. And I remember game one, I was expecting that Merc to come out, but it never did. Game one, I won. Again, not realizing what I'm playing against really. Game two, my opponent has won, and game three was insane. I think I didn't make the right decision once, so I kind of blundered once, so that may have cost me the game. But it was like in the end, it was just the game of top decks. Like literally, I think that it was like a fair field. And I drew Oculus, so next turn would have been lethal. And so I was at 3. I remember my opponent was at 1, and like no cards in hand. They top deck Calgahun's Command, deal 2 damage to me, bring back Orcish Bowmaster from the graveyard, and it was lethal. So insane, absolutely insane game. Like you love to see it, of course, but unfortunately I lost. A trial 3. Thank you so much for following. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. So yeah, it was it, basically. Now, moving on to round 4. I was playing against Esper Blink, and I don't have, I haven't had a lot of experience playing against this deck post-bans. But I remember that before bans, it was a very bad matchup for Oculus. They played Vials, and you know, considering the amount, like the sheer amount of counter spells, Vial just made them all like an empty top decks, basically, empty cards. Luckily, you do have some use for those empty cards in hand, but I mean, still, it was very difficult. And I was going to this matchup expecting the worst because it is still a very bad matchup. No, you know what? Not a very bad matchup, but pretty nasty. Like they do have, so they play Catramos now. They play Relic main deck, but again, to be fair, I don't really care about Relic that much because, as I've said, you can refill your graveyard so easily after they exile it. But still, and of course, all of those blinking effects. The Murktide Regent probably suffers the most from it. So yeah, also like my deck, if you do not counter Overlord of the Bilmerk, or if you do not discard it, it is a big problem. So yeah, it is tricky. But you know what? Game one I won. So we moved on to game 2. I lost, and after game 2, I had a revelation about consigns that I need to board in consign to memory in this matchup. I never did it before, and honestly, it paid off so well because, like realistically, their creatures, they're not so scary. It all revolves around their EDB abilities, right? Especially of Solitude, and imagine if they evoke Solitude, so they lose 2 cards, you counter it. It's just devastating for them. And yeah, I got it. I won that 3rd game. So yeah, that is a good tip, I would say, for sure, if you're playing Oculus or Murktide, board consigned to memory against Esper Blink or Orzhov Blink. Now, round 5. Round 5, was it? Yes, round 5. I played against Orzhov Blink. I was like, what's going on? To be fair, as I've said, I didn't know exactly what to expect going on to this tournament, but I thought that it would be an aggro meta still. So, and now I get paired against one of my worst matchups, Orzhov Blink. Again, there were 3 games and I lost. I lost 1-2. Unfortunate, but game 2 I had to mulligan to 5. Game 3 I just had like a very, very bad draw, so really nothing I could do. So that means that my record was 3-2, which means that my chances for top 8 are very low. But I still, like, I would have played the last round anyways, and I'm glad I did. And I'm glad I won it, like, spoiler alert. So last round, it was very, very epic, very insane. We've played to the last turns, to the additional time. So I played against Is It Prowess. Game 1 was kind of ridiculous. I drew all 4 counter spells. Like, basically for me it was the game of draw goal. I couldn't draw my 3rd land for the longest time, so I just sit on like 2 untapped lands on my counter spells. And they actually had 3 core seal cutters in their top 20 cards, but luckily, you know, I just barricaded and sat there with my counter spells, with removal spells. And then when they ran out of gas, I just finally drew Murktide, and it was it. Now, game 2, they won fair and square, and they put a lot of pressure. And also, like, I didn't have time to stabilize with mana, really. So another problem, like, this, like, a side note, coming back to this deck. So before the splash, it was pretty easy to maintain your life total, but here you just lose a lot to those shock lands because of the splash. And yeah, it's just, in that regard, against aggro it may not be super optimal. It may hurt. You may not survive until you stabilize, and basically this is exactly what happened. Game 2. Game 3 was quite intense. So like, last note here is that we're both at 5-5, so both at 5 life points total. But I remember, like, I had a full board Oculus, all that. I played a little bit tightly, probably, that I should have, but you know, they also had some board presence, and this deck, it can kill out of nowhere, really. So yeah, but thanks to Oculus and all that, I got it. So after 6 rounds of Swiss, I was at 4-2, and there was only one person with 4-2 that had a chance to make top 8, and tada, guess what? It was me. I had good tie breaks, and I guess those people who had better tie breaks than me, they should have lost that last round. Anyway, I got it. I was 8th, so I made the top 8, which was crazy. But now that we move on to the top 8, so that last game against Is It Prowess, it was so intense. Basically, like, this whole tournament, I didn't have a chance to, like, really take a break. I didn't have lunch, so I was like, I was literally exhausted going into the top 8. So basically, right after the 6 rounds of Swiss, I immediately jumped into top 8, and quarterfinals were against Main Zoo. So game 1, I literally made a misclick, like a mental misclick. If you're watching me, if you've been watching me for a long time, you know that there are times when I play Magic Online or, you know, even Arena, and I say I misclick, and I remember I always said that, oh my god, you know, like, this could never happen in real life. And ironically enough, it did happen to me in real life. I literally misclicked playing paper Magic. So I had spell snare, I had an open mana, and I didn't counter the Archivu. what was that? Like immediate regret, but yeah, the game one, I don't know, I was just, I guess, too exhausted, and I made a lot of, that was like a straight up mistake, of course. A lot of misplays, whatnot. They had a decent start. Yeah, they got it. They got game one, and I was like, okay. So the most important thing now is not to tilt, is to focus, to just shake it off. Because the worst thing that can happen is that you start to tilt and you get punished for that mistake. But game two was quite interesting. Interesting. They boarded into Fairy against me, so my turn 2 was Frog. I don't know, something. They cast a Fairy, tap out, bounce my Frog, and I have Harbinger of the Seas in my hand. And I'm thinking, like, listen, this is probably my only chance because they didn't find their basic land yet. They're tapped out, and I go for it. Of course, I cast Harbinger, and yeah, this is how I won. And honestly, if people ask me why I don't like Modern, and I'm pretty open about it, that I don't really like Modern as a format. This is why, this is the reason, it's not normal that you can just win with the creature 2/2, just like attack for 10 turns and you win a game. Like, it's not interactive, it's not fun, nobody can do anything. So, but yeah, I won. And game 3, we both mulliganed. I had a decent start. I think it was pretty well balanced at the beginning, but then when I've dealt with all of their threats, so to speak, they just started drawing their lines. So it was very painful for them, but shout out to my opponent. He was very pleasant, and he was very chill and very cool about it, but I can only imagine how hurtful it is to draw all of your ley lines. But yeah, I got there, I won, and I was very happy, of course, and more so that I did not get punished for that punt in game 1. So moving on to the semifinals. In the semifinals, I played against Orzhov Blink, the same opponent that I've lost to in the Swiss, and I was like, oh, dang it, again. But I won 2-0, actually. Again, I boarded in consigns. It was a good tip, and I don't know, I think it was a fair game. Game 2 maybe was a little bit awkward for them, but still, it was pretty fair, pretty balanced, and yeah, just had better answers, I guess, for their threats. So yeah, here's the time. The finals, huh? In the finals, I played against, is it Wizards? Again, not a tier deck, I would say, like a custom, I don't know, maybe maybe it has something to do with local meta. But yeah, is it Wizards, featuring Crackling, Drake, basically their win con, I would say, Tamiyo, Snapcaster Mage, and the rest, all of this good spells in red and blue, a bunch of counter spells, of course. So we played 3 games. Game 1, we both mulligan. So I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes, I'm trying to remember. Game 1, I won. To be fair, I don't really remember that game. But yeah, game 2, they won with Crackling Drake, actually. So early game, they countered, they destroyed everything that they got, and I finished off with the Drake. And game 3 was quite intense. There was a situation now that I'm thinking about. At first I thought that it was a mistake, but to be fair, I'm thinking about it a bit. Like, I thought about it, and I think that it actually would have been the same. So the situation, I had a frog 5/6 or 4/5, something like that. 4/5, I think it was. Yeah, 4/5. And so of course I successfully attack with the frog. So basically this is it, like I'm winning with the frog on its own. I cast, there was a situation when I cast Thoughtseize and they were left with counter spell and spell snare in hand. I had surgical extraction in my hand. So what I do, and it was like the turn after Thoughtseize, of course, so the true card. Now I like what I'm thinking. I need to get rid of their counter spell. So I had surgical extraction and counter spell in hand, and I'm thinking I probably need to get rid of their counter spell because I just need to protect the frog if they draw like a discharge or Snapcaster, they could kill my frog anyways. So because let's imagine they draw a discharge, cast as a frog, I counter it, they either counter it or counter my counter spell with their spell snare, so nothing I could do. And guess what? They drew. They drew Snapcaster Mage, and I was like, oh my god. But if you think about it in reverse, as I've just said it, so imagine they cast Snapcaster Mage, like I counter it, they counter my counter spell, or like no, they cast Snapcaster Mage into Galvanic Discharge. I try to surgically extract it. In response, they counter my surgical extraction. I counter their counter spell, and they counter mine. So blah blah blah. The result is the same. The result is the same. But imagine if they didn't have that Snapcaster Mage in hand, right? It would be it. I would totally be safe, and I could see their deck, their hand as well. Anyway, luckily for me, I drew Unearth, and I unearthed Oculus, and it was it. So I won. I won the whole thing. I won the tournament. And I guess, yeah, you can tell, you can say that it was just a lucky draw, lucky top deck, but hey, to win a tournament, you need to have this amount of luck anyways. Of course, you have to play well, but also you have to draw well as well. So there it is. Now, on a hindsight, again, I would love to have more spell snares, because I played twice against sort of control decks, and spell snares, they counter spells, which is great. Also spell snares are just in general useful. Now, our top 8 looked quite interesting. So there were 2 Eldrazi decks, one Eldrazi Tron, one Eldrazi aggro with Chrysalis. So as I said, I haven't got paired against any of them. Doesn't matter. So me, Esper Oculus, Eldar actually also made top 8, and he lost in the semifinals. He played Core Steel Cutter with Phoenix, Spicy Spice. Is it Wizards in the finals, of course. Grixis control deck, Grixis Wizards, and Orzhov Blink. This was our top 8. And yeah, I guess this is it. I'm really happy that I got that invite. As I said, I don't play paper Magic that often. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Not gonna lie, of course. So now I have secured my slot in the upcoming regional championship in Antwerp. And now let's just give it a go. I haven't changed a thing. Ideally, again, I would play 2 copies of Force of Negation, but you know what? Let's just take this exact 75 cards for a spin and play a Modern League. Modern League, RCQ Oculus. Let's go. Alright, what do I have here? No, it's small again. Like, I don't really need the fountain. I don't have any action. Okay. Let's keep it. Send back. Unearth. Done. Oh, Eldrazi, huh? Okay, they're thinking also I'm just going to link exportable deck list here if you're interested. They disconnected, probably not. First one, so it's just our version Tron. I really don't want to force the map. Sewers. Okay, perfect. Land. There is a play, like, maybe there is a chance there is an Oculus in top deck. Just do this. No, it's not an Oculus. Do I need a third land? You know what? Let's have a third land. I think I do. So I'm kind of losing value here with Consider, but okay. Have Merc in hand. Let's consider. Now we can actually cast Merc, Baby Merc. There's still nothing else to do, right? So they're going to assemble their Tron. guess it's fine. We could settle to it. Not that it helps with saving the mark. This buys us some time. Maybe we'll draw. First spell. Ah, it's ridiculous. Okay. Flash Raker. Nothing I can do. So ideally, the ideal start against Eldrazi is turn to Frog. Maybe I should have forced the expedition right now. You know, it's a hard decision because it is such a card disadvantage. At the same time, the Assembled Throne. I mean, back then it was not. It was not that obvious, of course. Right on time. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Here comes the frog. They still have the devoured hand. It's we're dead on board, so they just cast the devourer, counter it. Like it's just this is it. Xilix command. Wow, that's not gonna happen. Also, in situations like this, unless they need to find a land, if they do not cast anything on their turn, it is 90% Xilix command. So, yeah, it's lethal. It is lethal. Alright, let's take board. So, Eldrazi Tron, Harbingers. We're just gonna put aside Harbingers here. Now, Force Negation. I don't really like it. Because it looks command. They usually cast it at the end of your turn, and Singleton, Graveyard Trespasser is like, of course, not great. Pest Control, you don't need it. Fatal Push. to exile, maybe. I think it's okay. Voice sounds, okay, maybe I'll just move the mic closer to me. I'm sorry, apologies. Is it better now? Okay, great. Yeah, I just had to move the mic closer to my mouth, to my face. All right, yes, let's play first. Oh, honestly, every time I see Swamp in my opening hand, I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what to think about this. I think we could do better. Because again, this Swamp is gonna haunt me, probably, most likely. Because imagine, like, turn 1. Well, I'm not gonna drop it as, like, turn 1 anyways, but it's just no pressure whatsoever. I mean, it's okay, but the ideal opening is turn 2 Frog. I think we can do better. Especially on a play. That's one lender. But I don't want to go down to 5. Man. But I'm gonna keep it. Hope for the best. It's unfortunate that it's not a fetch land, dang it. So our plan is what? Pray for that second land, but this is going to be our turn 1. Then we can sit on Consign to Memory for the time being. Man. Fingers crossed it's a land on top deck. Just Mind Stone, just slow them down. Yeah, right. Pray for the lands. Okay. Like one turn we can survive without. Man. Listen, better than no land, right? I probably want to keep it on my top. You know what? I'm not gonna be greedy because I've boarded Path of Exile, and I would still benefit from that fetch land anyways, because I would find Meticulous Archive, I would Surveil. At this point. Also subtlety counters. Arn. So ideally, I would love to find Meticulous Archive, but if needed, I would find Fountain, Hallowed Fountain to counter something. Much graveyard hate to the Frog Oculus warrant. So all of those one-time exile graveyard effects, they don't bother at all, I would say, most of the time, because you can just refill the graveyard so fast if you do have a frog, but also you have a lot of fetch lands, you have Thoughtscore, have a lot of cantrips, So it's not a problem really. Something like Leyline of the Void. Leyline of the Void is problematic, of course. But yeah, Leyline of the Void and probably Rest in Peace. But the rest, like honestly, I couldn't care less. So they're ramping. That's okay, you know what? I have consign, now we just have to counter something relevant. Okay, I'm not gonna discard Oculus because I do not have Unearth. Yeah, okay. What happened? I have 4 cards in hand. You know about Karn? What? 10. Excuse me. Next turn, Oculus. I have 1 card in hand. We're going to put it on top. Yeah, sure. And we're going to recast it. Yeah, nothing I can do. So fingers crossed they're not gonna find Blood Crypt. No, but what I was saying, it's been Torment's Crypt. Blood Crypt. Would be let's see what they find. What they need. Oh, it is Torment's Crypt. Yeah, makes sense. Be on a safer side for sure. They know that it's the time. It's the time to, yeah, that Torment's Crypt. Ugh. If only I drew that land on time. Actually, I didn't need to make this land drop. Let's see, escape leveler. Well, it's kind of inevitable. They're going to unearth this its one-time action. To be fair, it's all bad. We're in a very bad spot here. I don't know what I need to draw to win this, to be honest. Oh, the sun. Insult to injury now. No need to reanimate the leveler then. I don't know. Harbinger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. The Harbinger. Well, they don't have cards in hand. At least there is that. They have Karn on board. Slightly surprised Tron found a way back into the meta. Yeah, I think that Eldrazi aggro became more popular, and yeah, Tron or this Eldrazi ramp became not as popular. But to be fair, I feel like Forestall Cutter sort of put this deck behind, and now yeah, somehow it's yeah, people are playing it still. I don't know. I'm not a big Modern player. I do find it a great format to watch though. Oh. To be fair, same. I don't play Modern that often. So basically I play it once a week on stream, and this is it. And of course, this past weekend upon my local RCQ in this format. But yeah, apart from that, I'm not a Modern enjoyer, to be fair. I play it just because it's popular and competitive, most of all, format. What, let's take 9. Ugh. We could probably float. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. For a land card. Doesn't matter. Yeah. What could they bring back though? Card. It's just then was Dream Live. Hello there. First this league. So this is game 1. Not game 1. Match 1. Game 2 actually.
4 rounds of gunboat. Oh my god, that's insane. Oh yeah. Can I do? Nothing I can do. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Didn't help much, right? Cycle. Still have one card in hand. Yeah, that happens, honestly. When you're playing 4 copies of something and you just don't see it at all. It's frustrating. For sure. Ooh, wastes. Yeah. GG. GG. Sometimes it's just, yeah. It happens, but also, like late game, it's very, very hard for my deck to win, so turn to Frog is essential in this matchup. So I didn't really have anything else to back it up with. Maybe I should have gone down to 5. I just didn't want to. I don't know. I guess it was too risky, and it took me a while to stabilize, and it was too late. I don't know. Feels like an awkward game for me. Yes, let's go first. This is better. Like, this is much better. We do have time to play around. Who goes first? We do. That's good. So always start with fetch land, find survey land, select, play your turn one play. Almost always. Now I'm thinking probably because I'm gonna find Undercity Sewers first. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, appreciate it. Ooh, Thoughtseize. Okay. We're playing against Blink, I would assume. Misty Rainforest. Don't need it. Now, this is a pretty comparable start for us. So we do have interaction, we do have cantrip, we do have time to find our surveillance, so the pace is comfortable. Well, yeah. Nothing we can do about it. Recruiter. Okay, so I'd love to start with Thoughtscorp first and then find a surveillance. What's this one? No, I don't need any more of this air. I need action. I don't get it. I don't get it. Just trespasser, I guess. Not great, not terrible. Fortunately, no other creatures. The only creature they milled was Recruiter, and they of course picked it. What does it take? Emperor Bones, sure. Could find Basic Island. At the graveyard. Bush also deals with the Wisp, of course, in that situation. Three. Yeah, I probably should have pushed Flicker Wisp now that I think of it. I was kind of thinking I want to cycle pest control. I don't know how much I care about Flicker Wisp, to be honest. Like, right now. Corvette, thank you so much for a follow, Flo. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope the rest is hearing me okay. Do you? Solitude. Well, now we can at least push frog. Oh, sorry, not frog, flicker wisp. Problem is that they can bring it back, of course. Not now, they're gonna bring back solitude. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Okay. It also makes sense. Like, I do have a lot of cards in the graveyard. Any top deck, anything, like, really. And Oculus happens, or Murktide happens. Mm-hmm. Did I pick the right one? Cast non-token. I don't know if it helps us really. Two fatal pushes. I could just, you know, but this one solo. Now they have Petromos. This is it, I think. This is it. Maybe. Nope. What were the matchups in my RCQ? Oh, I was talking all about it at the beginning. I'm going to upload this VOD and you can watch it on my YouTube channel if you want to, at Mr. and Mrs. Spike. Let me just quickly sideboard and then I will recap, of course, for you. If you want to hear about the RCQ in details, you can check it out later, this VOD that I'm going to upload on YouTube. So, like, to be fair, I boarded in 3 consigned memories against it. I don't think that you need all for Prismatic Ending, Path to Exile, Toxic Deluge, because we need to deal with the Overlords and Ketramos. This is like the biggest problem for us. I don't need Harbinger, I don't need Force, Pest Control. Also, I actually trimmed my graveyard attraction, so I trimmed 1 Unearth, 1 Oculus, and 1 Merc, and this was my sideboard plan. Oh, no worries, it's all good. So, game 1 I played against the main Zoo. Game 2, Amulet Titan. Game 3, Grixis. Wizards, Control, I don't know, featuring Orcish Bowmasters and Snapcaster Mage. Round 4, Esper Blink. Round 5, Orzhov Blink. And round 6, Is It Prowess. And top 8 quarterfinals was against the main Zoo, then finals against Orzhov Blink, the same opponent from the Swiss, and the final against Is It Wizards, which was a custom deck, I would assume. Like homebrew of sorts. I don't like keep hands like this. I don't like keeping 1-landers, even though I have 3 cantrips here. Can we afford it? Let's do this. Just because I have 3 cantrips, but to be fair. So, Tarn, I'm going to find a survey land. Hopefully, going to be another land. We can cast a frog on turn 2. But we shall see. We shall see if they just drop to land without doing anything. Which is most likely. Which I'm not going to cast frog anyways. Just going to sit on counter spell. It's another Thoughtseize. Basic swamp. Okay. Like usually I do not keep 1-landers because I do not have a lot of lands, and yeah, again, it may take a while for you to stabilize to find that second land. This was an exception. I don't know, maybe I got too greedy because I have a lot of cantrips here and it's a fetch land. Like, you have to see, but the rule of thumb is not keep 1-landers with this deck. Well, we need a land. Not a land. You see, like, the struggle. So, how many top decks? 1, 2. Yeah. You know, I'm getting punished for that. Why? Does that have a push? Let's just sit on interaction now. So it may not be too bad. It's pretty bad, but we still get there. I let them. I have 2 thought score, and I don't know if they, for some reason, decide to adapt it. You know. To be fair, I maybe could just cast Thought Score and just ignore it. Take 2 for a turn. Because I need to find that second land. Okay, we just... Yeah. I don't know. It's a tough spot now. Because, okay, Philia... Because in this situation where I would have taken that 2 damage and cast Thought Score, if I didn't hit a land, it would have been very bad, so it would just pile on. So I had to deal with Emperor of the Bones eventually, and something else as well. I would have, I mean. It's getting ridiculous. Need a land. Well, thank you. Finally. How many top decks player? Let's just pass. Kept it on top. Path to exile for it. It's not active. Let's surveil. Toxic Deluge. I kind of want to keep it. I don't know. They may have another Ketmos. So next turn, it's like pass to exile, Thought Score, something like that. Let's be greedy. Like playing far from behind here. Let's cast Thought Score. And yeah, we'll just path to exile here. Yeah. It's not so bad. Okay. Well, it can attack or block now, so... Problem is that I guess I still want to sit on Path to Exile, maybe, rather than casting Psychic Frog. It may just fail push. Yeah, I think like in this situation, I'd rather, you know, cast another Thought Score if nothing happens. hello, Trail. yeah, we shall see. That would be great. Either way, I'd love to be a host anyways, but yeah, we shall see. I'm glad with this slot, of course, so I'm all good. I'm all set either way. They may have Ephemerates, right? Like nothing's happened. They have 3. 3 cards in hand. Okay, what do I have in my graveyard? Let's just cast the frog. think like we managed to stabilize. Fatal push, yeah, was expected. Hmm. What did they take? Improve the bones. Mm-hmm. So essentially, nothing happened so far. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I think I'd like to consider. Portrait grave. Hmm. Do I need this? Mm-hmm. That's kind of brutal now that I didn't roll anything relevant also. I was hoping for a Murktide, not gonna lie. Yeah. That hurts. I probably should have just... Dang, I should have done it in response, of course. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I guess I used up all my luck that we can, but can't complain, right? If they have another ephemerate. I do not have any surveillance left, so probably let's just find an island. Okay. It's painful. Mm. I guess this is it. Is there any specific alternate art you really enjoy playing this deck? Did they bring back Lost Solitude? Good, of course. I don't know. We don't have really any else left. Unfortunate. So as far as alternative arts, like in real life, but it's more like an addition, I guess. I like I like the Secret Lair Yargle edition, or what was it? I've had this fatal pushes from that Secret Lair. Those are my favorite. Yep. Where is it? Secret Lair, Secret Lair. Yeah, this one. This one. This is my favorite fatal push art, so to speak. So yeah, at this point, nothing I can do really. Yeah. This is it. Let's just see what's on our top deck. Yeah, okay, GG's. What's that? Yarl, oh, I think Yarl meant it. Just look at him. Yeah. Alright, let's play first what we're playing against now. Okay, let's keep it. No frog, but fine. So I'm gonna start with Twitter Delta for Undercity Sewers, pretty standards, turn 1 for us. Yeah. Top. Although now that I'm thinking, probably should have dropped like Scarring Tarn, because I cannot find like my basic swamp for a Harbinger. Okay, let's see what we're playing against too. And it's just irrelevant altogether. Like we're losing value. Anyways, I guess. Let's just consider island, basic island. We don't need it. They're in North. You know what? Let's put it on top so we can cast Oculus like one turn. We can actually why not? We can do it on our turn. This is kind of ridiculous, no? Okay. Next turn it is. God, all the fetch lands. Maybe we'll draw Force Negation. Nope. Where's my pest control now? Okay. Boros Energy, huh? Right. Haste. Johnny. Let's just push a giant response. That trigger. Nice. Score. Okay. Where's gunplay is? Decided not to. we can find our swamp and just cast Harbinger because there's nothing else really. What if we cast Chivalrous Edict first? And then just Harbinger. Mm-hmm. That was kind of expected when they didn't cast those 4. Let's bring it back. No. No. Freaking me. Magic Online. What was that? I'm sorry. Okay, we're back. Orif. FBZ207. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your follow. It got disconnected, unfortunately. I'm back. I'm back. Oh. Mm. That's interesting. They do not have basic mountain then? Oh, Flooded Strand. Yeah. Got it. Flooded Strand. I want to cycle on Earth. Yeah. I knew that. I should have swoon every single time. Alright. Like, we're not afraid of anything. We are not afraid with 2 counter spells. Oculus will eventually come back to us. Yeah. Yeah, Lance. Am I right? Lance, am I right? Alright. Okay, Sir Scalding is good. Pest control and like surgical extraction for that flage. Path to exile, so harbingers. Not good. Prismatic candy, so just more interaction here. Trim counter spells because too slow. First negation, fine. Oh, Toxic Deluge too. Like, let's go. We can trim again our radar interaction, I think. Or if you don't want to, maybe not Merc. Good. No, one consider. Oh, thank you so much. What were the matches? I'm just going to link the post here. If you follow the link, you can find the matchups. And also, I was talking about the RCQ and all that at the beginning of this stream, and I'm going to upload it on my YouTube channel, which is at Mr. and Mrs. Spike. So if you're interested, you can watch it later. But yeah, here on Twitter, you can find all of the matchups. No. Milligan. Okay. Let's send back Island. I wonder, do they board in Blood Moon or something? Probably not. Hope not. Have to be conscious though. Yeah, that's cool. Ooh. This, yeah. This problem. This is problematic. Like with Bloodstained Mire, I can only find I cannot find Meticulous Archive. So I don't want to, like, I don't need to find a basic swamp here because I boarded out Harbingers. Oh, it's bad. It's so bad that I do not have a Fatal Push here. Speaking of, 4 copies of a card that you need. Let's see. Now at least we can control on the top deck, right? Yeah, whatever. Let's put it on top. Let them exile that. Marie SK and Ryan the Outsider. Hello, thank you so much for a follow. Ooh, this is getting hot. And this is insane. It's just like perfect start for them on the play. Ah, where have we been? We need to do with everything, but I guess Regavon, because it ramps them, so this is going to be our target. Oh. Stop it. Okay. Also, let's see how they attack, right? Like, are they going to use this energy or not? Probably not. I wouldn't. They do. This makes sense. Let's see what we got. Archive. Put it on top. What if they need a land? Oh man, it's a tough call, no? To be fair, I would have put counters here, maybe. Not on the Guide of Souls. Fatal Push is good, but I think at this point we need a board presence. It's just too much. And if they have remove for that, I mean, yeah, it's a game. It's just, what can you do against this kind of start? It's crazy aggressive, and I didn't have Fatal Push at the beginning. Hey, Trespasser, you're my only hope. I mean, we still live. Barely. Oh, with haste. Ugh. Okay. GG. I mean... I don't wanna change anything. I'm not sure about 3 copies of Thoughtseize, but at the same time it kinda makes sense. Maybe not 3, let's just bring back Consider. Because I would assume they board in something grindy against me. Like Fable if they do not run it main deck, or this Saga. What's something's called? I don't remember the name exactly. Yes, please, let's play first. Not great, not terrible. You know what? Let's keep it. We're gonna start with Shockland. If nothing happens, let's score. If something happens, Fatal Push if we need to. I think it's all good. Pretty much set. Just need to draw our threats. And I guess we're good. So you know what? I think I want to drop Island here and not Fetchland, even though I would want to find Survey Land as early as possible. But here I either counter something or I can just cast both of my cantrips, which is also fine. Ragavan. Well, we have push for it. So, first things first, and I think I'll just thought score because with Consider, usually you're looking for something specific, like either a land or something. Not, luckily it's not an aggro start for them, so can take a breath. Look for our threats. Let's just counter it. Just as simple as that, because I really want to find that surveil land now. Okay. Mm-hmm. Passer. Where's my Toxic Deluge? I need Toxic Deluge. Now they're going to keep Ocelot Ride flying, right? Listen, they're not afraid of that. Wild. Okay. They're not afraid of that open mana for some reason. Oh, Path to Exile, no, okay. Yeah, need that. Oh, it's Rage. Nice. Let them attack, I guess, right? I have only 2 energies. Ooh, I guess they're afraid now of the Bowmasters. Just push it. Take 3. All right. I have 1 card in hand. Like, I need to deal with one of those. Probably better for me not to attack. Because in this case, I will have to Path to Exile, to cast Path to Exile into Ocelot Pride, I guess. And now, see what they do, right? Showdown of Spirits. Let's resolve that. Mm-mm-mm. Hmm. Zero cards though. Okay, let's just pass. So. Guess I will need to pass Guide of Souls. I think I have another one. Okay, at least they cannot deal with Graveyard Glutton. I can just, yeah, put a bunch of counters. I know what. Just for, I think we're good, more or less. Luckily, they didn't open very well for us. For them, sorry. And luckily for us. Luckily for us, they didn't open well. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Problem is that it's not going anywhere. Just trade. We're just going to recast it. Already have State Blessing. So, I guess I desperately need Toxic Deluge now. So, otherwise, this is it. Oh. Toxic Deluge. Come through. Nowhere to be seen, at least. We didn't mill it, but to be fair, we don't even survive next turn. You know? Kind of sad. So, yeah. I think it's little. Even if they, so before combat we cast Shoulder's Edict. They, I don't know, sacrifice also a pride because whatever, and they have 8 energy. No, it's not quite enough, no? Or no, okay, let's see. They still need to draw a card. Yikes. Patrick Jamin and the Jew. I'm so sorry if I mispronouncing your names, but I do appreciate your follow so much. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, listen, we're in trouble. This is sad story for today, honestly. Yeah, like you saw, like what can you do, right? Like full graveyard, no Merc, no Oculus, no nothing. No Toxic Deluge. Let them do this, right? And then... like, I feel bad, honestly. I feel bad. Oh, that the deck is not performing today. Last turn, I needed Toxic Deluge desperately. Yeah, GG. GG. So, like, ideally, I guess I needed to cast Childred's Edict before they went to combat, of course. Ugh. Painful. 0-3. But yeah, what can you do? Just, I don't know. To be fair, before going into the RCQ, I was kind of discouraged. It's just on paper, I don't have anything else, and in Modern, I don't enjoy playing anything else apart from Murktide, Oculus variations. Simply because all of my leagues, they went pretty much like that. So it was like 2-3, 3-2, and it's like so sick and tired of it. So gladly the deck performed well when it needed the most. So it's all that matters in the end. But honestly, I'm kind of bummed that now that when I want to showcase the deck, it says no. Yeah, I know. Bad draws and the start in hands. A bit weird. Not sure. But like, at one time I should have mulliganed one lander. Like, it's all, I don't know. Everything is awkward. Oh, again, of course. One lander and 3 Oculus in hand. You don't need that. It's gonna haunt me again. But it's a keep. Oh, you know what? Legit. Simple as that. Now it's kind of tough, but I think we need to start with Thoughtseize so we can follow up with Frog. Oh, and it's the mirror. Hello. They do have 2 frogs and push, so let it be the push then, of course. They kept 1 lander, huh? Alright, so now we can just cast our frog. Yeah, I think you're right. You know, it feels very different. Also, maybe when you were playing paper Magic, you know what to expect. Although I didn't, and this Magic Online leagues, it always feels like Wild West to me. Also now, I mean, they're going to find Survey land, but still they may not draw the second land. Do we want to... Oh, it goes 5. Send. I guess they drew land, no? Because they have 2 frogs in hand. Okay, so this is the mirror match. Esper versus Esper. Yes, they drew that. I'd like to have some interaction now. Are they going to discard everything? Almost that we're at 11 already. Just gaze. Bye one. Thank you so much for a follow. And apologies if I mispronounced your name. Alright. You got flying, sure. Okay. Merc. 4 cards. I need to discard 2, so yeah, I guess they would. I've been a good spot to cast Merc, but I cannot. I'm pretty sure they would. If I were to attack, they would discard. They don't really need a counter spells, I think. Having enough for them. Now, I'm quite concerned that we're so low on life now. Sure. This is concerning. coming. Something's coming. With that swamp, they cannot cast Merc and sit on counter spell, so at least there's that. And I will counter whatever is coming our way, I guess. Unless they have spell snare. Spell snare. Damn. No one can actually cast. Merc. Oh, listen, it's kinda tough. Let's attack with Trespasser. Let's attack with both. Then we reanimate. Yeah. I think I like this plan. Sad. Can we turn the game around now? Let's see. This is not bad, right? I would prefer legal push, but okay. Counter spell. One card in hand. Let's attack with Merc. No, I cannot do this. It's not lethal. What's the plan? Okay, so this is going to be like a hand blocker, but this is lethal on board. What's next? Something more? Push. Yeah, okay. Listen. That was wild. Okay, a mirror harbinger's out. Prismatic Indent and Path to Exile. Surgical Extraction, Lantern just 2. And I think we can also trim our own graveyard interaction, mostly Oculus Murktide. Murktide parries the mirror. And it was Esper Oculus, exactly. I think this is a bit... I don't want to board in turns bowlings just against... Also, we do have subtlety, which is good. And like, listen, the mirror should be a good matchup. No fetch lands. Like a handful of air, but I guess it's a keep. I guess it's a keep, you know. Have Thoughtseize turn 1. Huh, spell snare now. Yeah. Or puts it on spell snare. And if nothing happens, just consider a next turn Thoughtseize. You know what? I like this plan better. Or just thought score, end of turn, yeah. Sequencing is so important here. Okay, so they're going to discard my Thoughtseize. So, I don't know, maybe I should have cast Thoughtseize turn 1. They didn't make a second land drop though. Yet. And they put this into graveyard. Interesting, listen. Where's the land drop? Okay. Spell bomb. Let's consider then. Interesting. Force negation. Okay. Could be the fetch land now. I'm going to cast those gorges to find a surveillant. I'm going to find sewers. I already have my white source here. What we could do now, maybe archive. Counter spell. I have one card in. I don't want to make them. Okay. That's big style. I want force them to practice bomb already. I don't think I need to cast my second +4. Maybe I will move to devil. Okay, so here we go, yeah. Sure. That's good. So we can start rebuilding again. Oh, we need to draw something relevant. All these lands and no hope. No. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I cannot care less about this now. Nice. Let's go. Hmm. Going aggro? Sure. Trespasser. Okay. Oh. No. Yeah. Let's go. Why didn't Rainmaid Frog? I don't know. This wasn't as impactful. But how could I Rainmaid Frog? Guess I'll just champ. I need to rewatch. I don't remember exactly. I don't remember that moment exactly. Okay, all of the fruit cakes. Penthouse. Alright, let's just tag that in. Of course. Yeah. Frogs. Spell bombs are so good. I really like spell bombs. This is a tempo card. first bow. Okay. Let's have it. So the frog, if they discard everything, they can, yeah, kill my Oculus, and we do not want that. So let's just pass the turn. Wait for a removal to that frog. Yes. Where's Merc? Where is our Merc? Maybe that's like no fatal push. First, what? 30 cards? Now they're like, okay, I don't care about Harbinger anymore, I guess. Do they need access to white? I'm thinking. I don't care much, no. Let's just trade with Harbinger then. No. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. How many matches? So I played all 9 rounds, so 6 rounds Swiss, and of course 3 rounds in the top 8. I actually talked all about it at the beginning of today's stream, and I'm going to upload it on my YouTube channel, which is at Mr. and Mrs. Spike, so if you want, you can check it out later. Oh, finally, here you are. Shall we attack first? Let's attack first. Finally, here you are. On the 5. So what if we push the frog just now? It's a little bit greedy. Fair is fair. Okay. To be honest, like, you don't need harbingers. No. In the mirror, I'm sorry. It's kind of epic. The hell? What's that game? Insane. But yeah, definitely they needed to sort them out, the harbingers. Oh, okay, I think it's the last game, right? What's left? 1-3, like, come on. It pains me. Okay, it's another sort of sketchy keep here. Like one lander. I don't like keeping in one landers, but I do have thought score, I do have consider, and I'm on the draw here. So it's kind of justified because really I just need to land here. So with this fetch land, we're going to find a survey land. I think it is reasonable. Opponent, where are you? We're waiting for you. Come back. Come back to us. Where are they? What happened with my opponent? Come on. Let's play. Oh no, Doom. Hello, thank you so much for a follow. Do I have Insta? No, I do not, but I do have Twitter at cpgrl_. I post my schedule, stream schedule updates over there, and basically anything related to my content. I upload my VODs, my stream VODs on YouTube channel at Mr. and Mrs. Spike, so you can follow me over there as well. I know that like the handles are different, it may be confusing, but it is what it is. sad situation, but you know what, it happens, right? It happens. So speaking of my next stream, because I'm going to wrap things up for today, I'm planning to go live on Wednesday this week, and also this month is just so busy for me, so the schedule, my streaming schedule is so irregular. Please, if you want to keep up with my streaming and all of that, follow me on Twitter. I post my updates over there, but yeah, probably you can expect my next stream on Wednesday or Thursday. And next one will be standard, most likely on Magic Arena. This is it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're not following me already, just a gentle reminder, please hit that button, it would mean a lot to me. And let's raid somebody. Well, let's go to Boros Energy. They're streaming modern as well, so for all of the modern enjoyers, you can continue watching modern gameplay over there. All right, let's go. See you next time. Bye bye.